if you didn't start your morning by throwing up, then you're already having a better day. Yeah. New York Subliners home series event has been wrapped up, and for the most part, we got a good amount of them right. I think there was a total of 24 points that the winner ended up getting, and I got 17. So being short 7 isn't bad, you know. So I think that this is a cool little series that we got going here now. So let's continue on with it. This weekend we've got the London Royal Ravens home series event. This is the second one um, that London will be hosting. So why not start it off, of course, with the London Royal Ravens versus the Seattle Surge. This is the first time that London and Seattle are going up against each other, and Seattle has continued to shown that they are struggling. Karma being retired now, Proto and Pander are stepping in full time. This is not new news. This is old news. This is stuff that people are already aware of. And London really has still looked good. Since their roster change when they got rid of Jerd and they brought in Zero from New York, they've continued to show improvement. They keep playing against Chicago or they play against Dallas or Atlanta. A really good team almost every single event they match up against. So I still don't have a doubt in my mind that the London Royal Ravens are going to advance to the quarterfinals of their own home series event. They're going to win this one 3-1 against Seattle, dropping the opening map to Seattle and then London sweeping the next three. Moving on. This is a series I'm really excited for. The new and improved Optic Gaming going up against Florida Mutineers. Now, this is going to be the first time that these two are meeting with their brand new rosters as a whole. Florida, still coming off of impressive homestand events. They are the team right now. Florida is the team to beat right now as far as it goes. Optic Gaming without Chino and without Dashi, moving in Draza and I believe Hollow now. They're moving in with those two. So, I don't think that, the supposedly, excuse me, from what Accuracy said in a Twitch clip, Accuracy said that Optic Gaming are looking 100 times better than what they did before with their two new players. But I still just feel like this is going to go the distance, but it's not going to be enough for Optic to come out and pull off a stunning upset within the bracket. Florida are going to move on and will face London in the quarterfinals. Now we've got Paris Legion going up against Dallas Empire. This is also the first meeting between the two. Dallas, now I feel the meta strongly favors them. Paris came out and upset. I guess it's not really considered an upset. It was more so surprising because of the team that the Los Angeles Guerrillas are. As compared to Paris Legion, you would have thought that Los Angeles Guerrillas would have been able to come out and beat Legion. But, that wasn't the case. I still feel like this is going to be a little bit of an easier bracket for Dallas. They're going to get the 3-0 and move on to the quarters and knocking Paris down into the knockout round. Coming up, we've got the defending champs from their own home series. Now there's only two teams within the CDL this year that have been able to win their own home series event. Atlanta not playing at this event, and then the Los Angeles Guerrillas. I feel like this has the potential to be a really good showing in the S&D. I feel like these two teams, when you look at them as a whole, these two teams are really good at S&D. New York, made it look really easy this weekend, or this past weekend. As compared to times in the past where they've shown struggles with their old roster, whether it was with Happy or if it was with Zero. But I don't feel like anything is going to we'll give them a benefit of the doubt. We'll get LA the first the first search. I say first search like we're going the distance, but we are only going to get one S&D, and that is going to be the map that the Gorillas are going to take off the subliners before they sweep the Dom in the second hardpoint and move on to play Dallas Empire in our second quarterfinal matchup. Moving on now to our knockout rounds before we get into our quarterfinal matchups. Seattle Surge going up against Optic Gaming. Optic, this is where they're going to get to show just how good this new roster is, and they are going to absolutely spit on Seattle Surge almost with ease. They're going to come out, they're going to 100-point club Seattle. They're going to 6-3 them in the search, and then they're going to beat them by 60 in the Dom. That's just a prediction, a ballpark range, an estimate, whatever you want to say. Our second one, then we've got Paris Legion, a rematch from the New York Subliners home series event. We've got the Paris Legion and the Los Angeles Gorillas. I am going to give it again to Paris Legion. Well, not give it again. I'm going to change up my prediction this time. I'm going to give it to Paris this time around. LA, like I said, they're going to come out, they'll take the search, and their respawn struggles are going to continue to show as well. Enough said about the knockout rounds. Moving on to the interesting matchups here that we aren't really going to have. We're going to be seeing London going up against Florida. This one is really going to be a just walk in the park for Florida. I gonna say a 3-0, a dominating performance. Awakening and Skies, Pharaoh, that whole roster. They're gonna continue to show that they are just such a good team, and nothing is going to continue to slow them down. Especially with Champs being a month away. They're hitting final form. They're really getting everything into top tier performance, and they're going to be such a hard team to beat. Now we've got Dallas going up against the New York Subliners. This one I'm going to go all the way to the distance. Dallas and Subliners playing each other really well. Like I said, I feel like this meta though just really benefits Dallas. The previous history with Krim and Clay running ARs, and then I believe that they've been giving it a couple times to Illy, for the third AR, but a lot of this now, I just feel like when you put Krim off of that sub and you're giving him an AR, that's just a recipe for disaster right there. That's a really good running Dallas Empire right there, and I feel like that they're going to be just so strong coming out this weekend after having now a couple weeks to practice since they haven't been at the last two home series, I believe. They're going to be super strong. Our first knockout round in round 2, London versus Optic again. Just a dominating performance. Just how strong this Optic roster really is. Except we'll give London the benefit of the doubt. They'll get the Dom. They'll take the Dom. And then Optic comes out in a 100-point club, London in the second hard point. And then our second one within our knockout round, New York 3-0ing Paris, and we get our two semifinal matches that have the potential to just really give us some action-filled Call of Duty. The first one, New York and Florida. Man, talk about this being a hard-hitting match right here. This I want to see go all the way. New York absolutely stunned the community by beating Chicago at the last event and winning their own home series event. They shocked everybody. They shocked me. I really thought Toronto was going to come out and they were going to show that they were the better team. They still got far. They still got pretty far in the tournament. So, give me the benefit of the doubt. Give me the benefit of the doubt. But I don't know, man. These guys are hitting Final Fours, like I said, for Florida. But New York is really starting to pick it up as well. The addition of Mac has just been so good at them. They have so much more aggression on the map. They're more fast-paced. Zuma really gets to try to play a little bit quicker now. Attach gets the AR, which is something we haven't seen a lot. We haven't really seen Attach play with the AR a lot, as compared to past games he's played with sub, of course. But, man, so it goes game 5, all right? depending on the map, if it's a gun runner, it's gonna go Florida. If it's Arklov, it's gonna go New York. If it's Ramaza, it'll go New York. No, it'll go Florida. It'll go Florida. If it's Piccadilly, if any of these teams, yeah, they played on Pick. It'll go Florida if it goes Pick, and if it goes Pet, it'll go Florida. So I'm gonna give it to Florida because it's gonna go Petro S&D for map 5, and Florida will come out and they will secure once again a spot in the finals to play against the winner of Dallas Empire or Optic Gaming. I don't know. How is this new Optic Gaming going to match up against Dallas Empire? Realistically. Like, I'm trying not to be biased here. Everybody knows, I'm a Dallas fan. I like, the young guns and Illy, Shotzi, and Ook. Not really a young gun. He's kind of, he's been around for a good amount of time. And the vets in Crim and Clay. And then I've been a long time supporter of Rambo Ray. That guy is the one that got me into competitive Call of Duty. So as least biased as I'm trying to be, let me be a little bit more biased in towards Optic Gaming. Slasher, one of the best AR players of all time. Kenny, one of the still rising talents within the game. He got a start in World War II. This is his 3rd year in the Pro League. All right. So, and then now you've got Draza and Hollow on this team, who are amateur players. Draza being on the UYU roster for a while. Same with Hollow. UYU was a really good team at the start of the game. And then you have TJ Alley, which TJ's TJ. He's nasty as it is. So, one of the best players to probably touch a sub in a while. Just kind of makes it look easy. He's the ice. He's got the ice in his veins. I forget what they called him last year, like the Iceman or something like that. But isn't that like 4 other players' nicknames in the CDL as well? Like Accuracy goes by the Iceman as well. I don't get it. I don't know. But I think this is going to be a 3-1 in favor of Dallas. Like I said, this meta, man, this looks biased. This really does. But it's okay. It's all right. It's fine. Dallas, this meta just benefits them. It really does. I feel like the maps that they prefer to play are more AR based, besides Gunrunner, of course. Besides Gunrunner, that's more sub based. But with Crim being that flex, are they still keeping Crim, on that, 4th sub or the 3rd sub event? Excuse me. What are they doing? We get to see that this weekend. How are they going to adapt to the new meta? Like I said, it favors them, I feel, just because of the talent that's on that roster. But that's expected. When you have the winningest player, on your team, you're going to be able to adapt to different metas so quickly. You're the winningest player for a reason. God, that just sounds like a fucking fanboy statement. I'm sorry. And then we got the finals. We've got Florida and Dallas. Oh boy. I don't think nobody can compete with Florida right now. I really don't. I'll give Dallas a map. They'll take the search. They'll play on like Arklov or something. But there's nobody is really beating Florida right now. They are the team to beat. I just don't think anybody can beat Florida right now. We're still a month away from champs, and they're all playing really well together. They're playing really good Call of Duty together as a full team. When they're all clicking, everything, they're not losing. Like my thing is don't miss, don't lose. That's them. They're taking that literally. They are not losing. So, this is my London Royal Ravens home series bracket. Probably a couple different things within here that maybe a lot of people would agree on. I think the only thing that people wouldn't agree on is Dallas beating the Subliners 3-2, especially after Subliners just coming off of the event win. But like I said, this meta really, Dallas has always been a really tough team, especially on those AR maps, just because of the pressure that their subs bring, and then their ARs are able to hold down lanes and lock them down. And that being that, just the pressure that they bring. But then again, this is a fast hitting New York roster now. They're clicking, they got everything going, they got a home series under their belt. Temp finally got that chip. Mac did as well, so congrats to them. Uh, but other than that, I think most of these predictions, not map count, not talking about map count. As far as like the actual, who's gonna win the series predictions, I think all of these would have to be right except for the Dallas Subliners match. And then maybe the Mutineers Subliners. Maybe. Going, map 5 doesn't really, help, the situation that it being and people feeling that Subliners, are the champions, so they are definitely a top contending team, which they are, but said, I just don't feel like anybody's being Florida. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What are your predictions for this weekend? Let me know. You guys have any upsets? You guys agree with my predictions? Let me know down in the comments below. Drop a like if you guys are going to be watching the Home Series event this weekend. And as always, this is your boy Israel signing out. Peace, guys.